Hey, what's going on, comic fans? Mr. Q Comics again. I've got another haul video for you guys here. This is a small stack I picked up. I actually picked this stuff all up from one of my favorite YouTube channels out there. It's the Comic Book Palace, located in Haverhill, Mass. It's a channel I discovered, oh man, I don't even know, probably a year or so ago. Just absolutely love watching the show. They do like a documentary style of a local shop in Haverhill, Mass. It's hysterical to watch. I absolutely love it. And they're not too far from me. I'm in New England here, so I've been meaning to get down there. And one Friday afternoon, I decided, you know what, I'm going to take a half day from work and hit the road and get down there and check out the shop. So I got the chance to go in. I got to meet Glenn, the owner there, who was just as hysterical in person as he is on the show. There wasn't too many people in there, but I got to meet some of the guys that you see on the show. If you do check out their channel, I'll put the link to their channel in the description, and I highly recommend you subscribe to their channel. It's definitely a very unique comic book channel, and it's fantastic. So I will jump in and show you guys the books that I picked up. I got a couple of just recent back issues, modern stuff. Avengers No Road Home #6. I had just somehow missed this when it came out. I haven't really been pulling the series. I had just been grabbing it on Wednesdays when I went into the shop. And of course, I didn't grab #5 and 6, which ended up being the hot books. And he had a copy of 6, so I was able to grab that there, which is a super cool Yasmin Putri, if I'm saying it right, cover. I love that art. I love Putri's covers, so it's cool to see it on the cover A's. So I was happy to find that. He had another copy of Bitterroot #1, which is a book I had picked up when it came out just to read, which it was okay. It wasn't, my cup of tea. I think it's kind of like a family that's kind of like these traditional vampire, not traditional, but the family tradition is like hunting these vampires. They're like protectors of the human realm or something. I can't really remember. I read it months ago, but I guess this has been optioned for some sort of show or something. So I grabbed a second copy while it was there. That was it for kind of the modern stuff. Then I went kind of digging through the back issues, of which he does have quite a bit. He's got a good selection on the wall. Good selection kind of in the middle of the room, and a ton of dollar bins underneath the tables, $1.50 bins. So I didn't have a ton of time to go through, but I did get some cool stuff. Prices were really reasonable. I'm not going to get into the what I paid for the books on this one, but more than fair. Glenn treated me extremely well with the prices. I didn't negotiate at all. I thought the prices were extremely reasonable. So first thing, I hit the Batgirl issues. Always looking for some Adam Hughes. So he had a good chunk, or he had a few of these Batgirl back issues here. #2, all in good shape, very fine near mint. #4, which is cool, and #5 as well. I think there's some first appearance in #5 as well. I guess it's Gretel right on the cover there. So I dig, probably #5 is probably my favorite cover there. So that was cool. Again, extremely reasonably well priced. I have these, but for the price, I couldn't turn down extra copies. Also picked up this one I didn't have, #11, which is a neat Art Germ cover. I've been kind of filling in the run of the Art Germ stuff as well when I can find it. I know there's a couple of the Art Germ issues that are really pricey, but was happy to find those. These were underneath the table. I love these. I've talked about these before. This one I was missing. Marvel Tales #224. Awesome McFarlane cover. This one's not in the best of shape. It's a little beat up, but I don't care. I'm just trying to get all of these McFarlane Marvel Tales covers. Again, guys, these are dollar bin finds. You can find these Marvel Tales books. If you are a McFarlane fan, look for this run. There's a ton of them. There's probably 24 issues he does, and they're all really cool covers. I was missing this Doc Ock cover, so I'm psyched to find any of the ones I'm missing, because I probably have, I'm probably missing like 10 of them, I think. I can't remember. But I love that cover. And I got 232 as well, which I have in better shape. But again, for the price, I'm going to grab these every single time, because if you're a McFarlane fan, you should have these covers. So really cool Dazzler cover. Yeah, psyched to find those. Again, extremely reasonably priced. I think these were underneath the table. There's a lot of stuff there, so I will definitely be back. This was awesome. He has some, when you first walk in, He's kind of got Silver Age and older stuff in a couple of boxes, kind of in the front of all of his main back issues. There's also some good stuff mixed in with the main back issues. He had some good Bronze Age X-Men, stuff like that. But this one was really good price on this. This was Swamp Thing number 16. I have talked about Swamp Thing before. I have not read any of these, but man, this cover is awesome. Again, I just love the colors on these Swamp Thing covers. This is, again, number 16. Look at the purples, just absolutely beautiful. I did a little research on this. This is Nestor Redondo on pencils, inks, and the cover. I think I've mentioned him before. I've shown off some other earlier Swamp Thing books. Absolutely fantastic art. I think he's an artist from the Philippines, and there seems to be a group of artists from the Philippines that are just did amazing work in the 70s in the kind of horror genre. I'm forgetting the other guy's name who I've shown before. I think it's Louis Dominguez. Really beautiful stuff. So I'm going to be digging to find more of his stuff, when I can kind of spend some time to research his work. This is also early David Michelini writing this, which obviously I've read a lot as a kid on Amazing Spider-Man. For some reason, I'm such an idiot just realizing this now, the correct spelling and pronunciation. I always thought it was David Michelin as a kid, so just carry that through to adulthood. And when I was looking this book up, I realized, oh, it's not Michelin. And then I checked and, use Wikipedia for the pronunciation. And it's Michelini, so pretty funny. I'm an idiot. I think it's David Michelin for all these years. But anyways, this is early David Michelini work, so that's cool as well. And again, the cover is just, it's awesome. It's absolutely gorgeous. So, all right. Of course, who else? More McFarlane. He had, these were, again, really reasonably priced. I have them. I've shown them off before, I think, in one of my earliest videos. Detective Comics, $5.76. We got $5.77. And $5.78. I can't remember. He might have had $5.75. But I just grabbed the McFarlane books. I love them. These are all, again, in really good shape. I think $5.78. It's got a little waviness up here, but it could probably be pressed out. So I love that set. The Year 2 storyline. Awesome. Early McFarlane work. So I'm going to pick those up every time. That's one of those books. I certainly don't mind having duplicates and triplicates on that. So really cool stuff. Okay, last bit. These were wall books. Honestly, I'd seen these when he bought this collection on one of his shows. And every episode I watch, I'm looking to see what he still has on the wall. I've been meaning to get down there. I knew the keys in this run were going to be gone. Probably gone before the video of him buying this collection even hit the wall. Of course, or even hit his channel. But of course they were. But still, he has some cool Silver Surfer back issues on the wall. If you're fans of the show, you probably seen the video where he buys this Silver Surfer collection. And I think it did have all the keys in it. Number 1, is it number 3 and 5? I can't remember. The one with Mephisto and the Thor cover. Anyways, he had a bunch of the Silver Surfer still on the wall. So I got number 8. This is John Buscema art, Stanley Story. This is the 3rd appearance of Mephisto. Cool cover. Just psyched to get some more Silver Surfer into my collection. I have a few issues. This is an 18-issue run. So I've just been getting as much stuff as I can related to, Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer. I think it's definitely a great time to pick that stuff up. The prices are going through the roof already. To me, I think they're just going to continue to go up. And with classic books like this, if there is, let's just assume there is going to be a movie in the MCU with it, even if the prices dip, these are classics. These are older books. I feel comfortable investing in this type of stuff. And they're just cool. And these were, again, super, super affordable. Those big Silver Surfer keys, of course, are big money. But the other issues in the run, there's 18. I think 3 of them are probably major keys. The other ones, you can get pretty affordable. So, and there's some definite cool story and art in there. I got number 13 as well, which I think is the first appearance of the Doomsday Man. And this I grabbed because this is one of my favorite covers of the run. Number 16, which is just a cool Mephisto Silver Surfer cover. So that was it for the haul. Again, it was an awesome experience. I'm definitely going to be down there again. Glenn, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. I think I hung out there for probably a couple hours digging and shooting the breeze, joking about Free Comic Book Day with Glenn. Again, fans of the show will know what that reference is to. So I guess Free Comic Book Day is next weekend, Glenn. So happy Free Comic Book Day to you. And thanks again. I'll be back soon. Guys, if you do enjoy the show, please like, subscribe, hit the notifications. I'm going to put the link to the Comic Book Palace in the description. Check them out. The videos are awesome. Subscribe. Really good stuff. And you should go check out the shop if you're in the Northeast or if you're ever up here. Hit it up. Feel free to, I put my link to my Instagram page in the description. Feel free to message me on Instagram if you've got questions about the shop or anything in that area. I'll share my experience and let you know other shops around that I have been able to check out. If you're in the Northeast and you're looking to do some comic book hunting, there's a lot of stuff nearby in New Hampshire, throughout Massachusetts as well. So yeah, feel free to hit me up. And again, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks to the guys who have been watching and subscribing. So as always, happy hunting.